What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to Hunt Radio. This is J-Dub. Out here today, or this past weekend, I've been running a lot of stands, putting up my presets, and putting out some rope scrapes. I wanted to do a quick video today on what I think is like just about the best way you can attach your sticks and your stands to a tree for you mobile guys. This isn't something I would do for presets. Definitely wouldn't do this for presets. So this is for you mobile guys that are putting up and taking down every set. So with that being said, the stick and stand attachment methods that I'm gonna kind of demonstrate and show you guys today are from the theamsteelguy, and I've got the USA Pro Series stick attachment and stand. So I used the stick Amsteels last year all season and absolutely loved them. Just a great way to get your stuff in the tree. They're quiet. I mean, dead quiet. It's just rope. There's no buckles. There's no anything that's gonna be banging around making noise on your tree or on your stand or on your stuff while you're going in. They're really light. Not that cam straps are super heavy, but you know, they're a lot lighter and they pack up much easier. I prefer to try. I prefer definitely to have my cam straps or my straps on my sticks all the time. I don't want to have to be putting them in a different pouch or anything like that. I want them always attached to my stick. And then the stand, I had used a cam strap in the past. With this Amsteel, I've just been messing around with the stick attachment one. Have not used that for a hunting season yet. But it's going to be pretty much the same deal as my stick. So I have no doubt that I'm going to love this. Just messing with it in the yard and whatnot. It's great. So, like I said, now I can have my rope attached to my tree stand, and this is the Lone Wolf Custom Gear 0.5. I'll show you how I've got that kind of wrapped up. I think that's going to work awesome. So now my ropes are all on my sticks, which I had before with I had ran some, I think they were tethered Versalinks daisy chains on my sticks previous to this, and then also just the cam straps. I used the Beast Gear mini sticks. Love those sticks. Probably, in my opinion, the best sticks on the market. And I'll show you guys. I do this in just about all my videos because I see a million people that are always asking, like, oh, how do you stack such and such sticks on, specifically like the Custom Gear stuff that has the seat shelf built in, which a lot of the stands are doing that now. That's a great way to carry anything in, is having that seat shelf. But with any stick, I mean, you've got that shelf, right? So you can stack any stick you want on this seat shelf, and I mean, it don't get much more low profile than that. Those are 17-inch Beast Gear minis on this 0.5, and I mean, I just threw them on here this morning, but that's how I carry them. So I've got a Titan strap. It's a Night Eyes version of it, just around the 3 sticks, and then just bungee cord that's always attached to my seat on there. So I mean, that's just an excellent way to carry any sticks on any stand with a seat shelf. So we got that out of the way there. Like I said, now I've got my Amsteel or my attachment method on all my sticks, on my stand all the time. You don't have to worry about forgetting it. Whatever, it's always there. Previously, the cam strap I kept in the pouch under the seat here. I may end up just keeping it there, at least for the first year, first season. Leaving that there doesn't hurt anything. So I've always got that there just in case something happens. I always usually carry a extra cam strap in my bag anyway. So maybe I'll throw it in that, I don't know. But it's still in there now because I just kind of been pissing around with everything. So anyway, let's jump into these USA Pros. So they come in an 8-foot length. I believe it's the stand is the same thing. They're 8 foot, which is a little misleading. You're not going to get that huge of a diameter on a tree because you got to wrap it back through itself. So I would say you're a little bit more limited on the size of the tree that you're going to put your stuff in. So that is kind of one of the deals there. I mean, I think if you had like a 10-footer, it'd just be too much hanging off. So the diameter tree that I got right here that I'm going to show you guys on is typically the diameter that I would hunt. I like to be able to at least reach my hands around when we're fishing straps around. Any bigger, and it's just a pain in the ass, you know, all the way up and all the way down. So it really doesn't limit me anyway, because I like, you know, the 12 to maybe 14-inch diameter trees. That's what I look for when I climb, just because it's a lot easier. You know, maybe up to a 20 or a 24-inch tree, somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't like to be in a huge tree on my mobile game. Now ladder stands, that's a whole different story, guys. I'm looking for the biggest tree we got. But so they're 8-footers. I'm almost positive that the stand one is also 8 foot. I'm pretty sure it is. And then the price on them, and he offers discounts on these all the time. So this is the normal price. The USA Pro stick ones are like 25 bucks, and the USA Pro stand is 35 bucks. And it's a different diameter AM steel between the two. That's probably the price difference there. But the attachment methods and all that are exactly the same. So I'll just kind of show you quick here before we get ripping on how. So you can see, you know, with the 3 beast gear sticks, they still stack exactly how they should. That's how I got them kind of wrapped. And then the ends of the AM steel, they come with this little bungee end, so you can you know, secure that to however you've got it wrapped up. So they stack really nice, ultra low profile, do not affect how your sticks are going to stack. So that was huge in my opinion. Here's how I've got it kind of wrapped around the 0.5 here. So just around the bottom of the seat here. And then that little hook where you will hang your pack when you've got it on your seat here. And then I just got the loop hooked around one of the tie-off points in the stand there. Seems to work great. So then, you know, I keep it attached like that. And when I'm climbing the tree, I've got it just kind of loosely over my back. And then when you get up there, you can set your stand. So that's how I do it. And I'll kind of show you. I'm not going to do a whole full climb. I don't have my harness or anything. So I'm just going to set a couple up just to show you the attachment method. And that'll be that. I'm not going to climb the tree. But that's how that is, guys. And that just, I mean, look how low profile that is that wraps around that seat post. It's just, that's awesome. Like I said before, I could never find a good way for that cam strap to keep it on attached to my stand all the time. I could just couldn't find a good way to do it. So like I said, I always just stuff it in this under seat pouch I got here. And that's another thing guys always like to know. These are Kafaru belt pouches. They mount to these stands like they were meant for them. You just use the 3-bar slider in there, and it goes through the little cutouts in the seat. Excellent way to have a under seat pad. And then I got a piece of foam in between that for using this as a knee brace when I'm hybrid hunting, so I can lay my knees on it when I'm in the saddle. But okay, so we got I'll just kind of pop this one off. And so the there's a couple different models on his website. There's the USA's, which stands for Ultimate Stick Attachment, and he nailed that. It is the ultimate stick attachment in my opinion. I haven't really decided how I'm going to do this yet. I like to girth hitch around like the Versa button or whatever you call it on the Beast Gear sticks, but the button on the Lone Wolf is not, they're not very generous with the amount you have here. So by the time you girth hitch on that and then run two Swabish hitches onto it, there's not a whole lot of room there. So I think I'm going to do the old zip tie deal, which I did originally on my sticks, is just kind of put a zip tie on here to keep that loop closed up there tighter on that so it don't fall off. But for now, until I really figure out exactly how I want to do it, that's how we're going to run her. So the difference there on the two is how thick that Amsteel is. So this one's is a much thinner Amsteel rope. They still have a very generous braking strength on them. You can see this one here. This is one of the ones that I have not girth hitched onto that button. I just got the zip tie on there, and that's loose enough you can slide it off if you wanted to get it off or whatever. But so you've got two Swabishes with I think they call this like a tag tender, which makes these super easy to loosen back up once you've got them reefed tight in the tree. They get just as tight as a cam strap, and then super easy to get these back off the tree with this tender. You can just, I mean, literally it's just loosen it up like nothing. I think some of the guys maybe were having issues with the first with like the normal USA's, kind of a hard time to get them loosened back up once they're on the tree. So this was, I think, his answer to that. But you can see that's pretty thin Amsteel versus the Amsteel on the stick attachment. So I mean, half the size. So we'll get this up there in a tree here. All right, so we'll see how well this works out here with the how you're gonna be able to see this. So typically when I set up, if possible, I always like to have my sticks on the left side, so I'm stepping with my right onto my stand. That's how I prefer to set up. It doesn't always work out that way, I'm sure, as you guys know, but that's typically how we do it. But so for this one, I'm going to kind of do it backwards. I would have my knot generally come around this way, but we're going to go like this. So you got to kind of pre-set these. Mine came already set, but so you run your main line back through the loop of the first Swabish, and that's how you kind of set your first Versa button link. And he's got the Amsteel guy's got a video on there. I suggest watching his video and not just going off of how I'm doing it. But this is how you do it. This is how I do it. So what you end up doing is taking this loop and running this over your Versa button. So I'm gonna see here. I'll run it this way. I think you guys will see it better. So you can see this first Swabish is here, and now when you set this, you want this, they say, to be about, I think, 12 inches back, but I mean my tree is not that big, so you want to have enough room to where you set that second hoop here, that second Swabish hitch, isn't going to hit this first one. So usually on about the back of the tree there is where you want that. So you just set your first one like so. And so you can see I got that just kind of strapped in there. Then you can pull that baby tight. I mean, that gets crazy, crazy tight on its own right there. And then you've got your second Swabish right here. You just run him down. There's two. You got your tender and your Swabish hitch. You want both of those to go over that button. Then when you're here, you can just take this and go over like so, and then that's tight. And then just set your stick and you're up. So that is super easy. Oh, it's cows coming. I thought I heard a deer blow at me. So that's super, super easy, guys, and dead quiet. You know, you can have all your stuff banging around here and there's nothing making noise. And then I'll just usually take my tag end back over and kind of loop it down. Sometimes it's where you can loop this strap over something. I don't like things blowing around my sticks. That is right there in that deer's vision. One of the reasons I have not went to, like, say a 3-step aider on my bottom stick. I just envision all that crap flopping around, and that's without doubt going to catch a deer's eye. I don't know, a million guys do it. Got a lot of guys run that. Not for me. So anyway, that is it on putting that up there. And you can see there was hardly zero movement on that stick. I mean, that is tight. Probably tighter than you can get a cam strap, honestly. And then I'll show you how stupid easy this is to get it off. One finger, loosen up that, boom. And then you've got this one that holds really, really good. Drop that, your stick's off. I mean, and then I'll just, usually going down, I don't really care about making a whole lot of noise because I'm probably never going to hunt that spot again. I'll just lower them down and drop them on the ground. So let me go get my stand, and it's basically the same process. It is exactly the same process, but I'll show you. Stand by. All right, so we got our stand here. Just set it up on the tree there. And when you set it up, I'm sure you guys all know, you want your platform kicked up. You don't want your platform flat, you know, horizontal. You want to take up all that room with your platform kicked up. And that's just part of setting your stand. I toe cam them all, whether some of the companies say not to. Everything gets toe cammed. It just sets your stand so much tighter. That's a whole different video. But so the same process, right? Your first Swabish, about on the back of the tree. Catching in the barbed wire. First Swabish back there, roughly right on the back of that tree. So we're back there. And you catch your loop, run that around your Versa button, and you can see, I'll kind of show maybe a close-up. There ain't a whole lot of more room on this where that Versa button is, with these two heavy Amsteels. And so you got your stand on here, reef him tight, and that's easy to do while you're standing on a stick too. Sometimes they're not, especially with cam straps. And then you just pull him tight like that, and then kick your stand down, and you're in. And then I would get up in here, climb into my stand. After I tended my end here, I'd do the same thing, bring him back around, drop him through maybe this side, just so you don't have a bunch of crap floating around, which is another reason why I've done some videos on my backpack straps. I've got a piece of bungee cord on the bottom of my stand. After I set it, I wrap them up into that bungee cord so they're kind of held up like that. I guess I'm just really anal about stuff floating around, flopping around on the tree. You know, like some spots maybe not as, deer wouldn't be as spooked, but public ground, you guys that hunt public ground know it. Any noise, any sound, any anything moving around is going to spook a deer. That's that on these Amsteels. That's how easy it is, guys. And then, like I said, I would get up in my stand, give her another tow hook, whether or not it's even going to go anymore or not. I mean, that's it right there. So, and that's one of the reasons why I love these lightweight mobile stands. The smaller the better, in my opinion. They're just so much easier to set. So we'll do a quickie here on getting this out of the tree again, because like I've said in a lot of videos, a lot of things are great ideas on the bench or at home or on a hot ass humid day pissing around out in the woods. Everything seems like a great idea until it's freezing ass cold, your fingers barely work, you know, you're freezing your ass off. But these have been tested for me. I used them all last season. So this is a great product, and highly recommend it. I recommend it all the time whenever anybody's asking, like, how do I get rid of cam straps? Because let's face it, cam straps kind of suck, but they get tight and they're easy to use. I've seen a lot of other methods where you're doing some kind of weird ass X's or just wrapping back under the rope. There is a level of safety that I'm not willing to compromise on. I like having loops around Versa buttons and not just making an X and doing some weird knots and stuff like that. Obviously they work, but to me, actually a physical loop on each end of the rope makes me feel a little warmer. You know, the warm fuzzies there with at least some loops on each end. So you don't have to learn some complicated ass knot. And on that point, it took me a little while to get this this USA stand attachment rope. First rope got lost in the mail. Only the rope. The package showed up. It was destroyed by the US Post Office with a sad little BS, we're sorry, in some clear package, how they were sorry they destroyed my shit, and that was basically it. No number to call, no nothing. I reached back out to the Amsteel guy. I mean, that day he had another rope in the mail to me. No questions asked, just got another one coming. That one showed up, and somehow the first swabish got kind of messed up. And what I learned in that basically 1 hour FaceTime video I had with one of the guys that work at the Amsteel guy's company. I am not a knotsmith. He tried walking me through making that swabish up, and yeah, I can't do it. So, you know, I basically said, you know what, I'm just going to order another one, and he's absolutely not. We got another one coming your way, just send that one back. So he probably got a good laugh at the swabish that I had attempted on that rope. But that just goes to show the customer service and how they stand behind their product is A+. You can order with confidence from these guys, and you will absolutely be taken care of. So little side note there, excellent customer service, excellent company. They got all kinds of stuff. You go to their website, they got all kinds of different things, not just these stand and stick attachments. So I'll definitely be ordering some more stuff from those guys. But let's jump back into how we're going to take this thing off before I get on any more rants. So again, super easy to take this back off the tree. Boom, you're off. Drop it. And then this one I will wind up while I'm up on my top stick. So you just drop your seat back down into these points, and then I'm just going to go like this, and then you just wrap it over. One of the things with the swabishes, you got to kind of make them not be like in certain spots on when you're wrapping. Like, you don't want it to be up here or down there, so you just slide them around. But I mean, look at that, just boom, boom, you're wrapped up, you're on your way. No pissing around with whatever you're trying to do in the freezing cold. So I think just the best stand and stick attachment probably on the market. But anyway, guys, that's about all I got there. I'm gonna go hang a couple more rope scrapes. I've been making some scrape ropes, and probably gonna do a video on one of those because these are really kick-ass scrape ropes that I'm putting together. But appreciate you guys, and keep watching, liking, subscribing. All that stuff helps my channel, helps me buy more gear so you guys can see for yourself if you're gonna want to purchase that product. So anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one.